What is up, guys? I just wanted to come to you quickly today, share with you guys a little bit of inspiration, maybe help you out in your week. Um, Today I was thinking about what I wanted to say, and I kind of realized, I wanted to just kind of do this off the cuff a little bit, see what happens. And so I was thinking about what I wanted to say, and I was thinking about disc golf, of course, because you know me, I think about sports a lot. Um, One of the things I was thinking about was with form. When you're working on form, um, you don't typically try to think of like everything all at once. You try to think of like one little thing that you want to improve on, that you want to fix for the day, and you focus on that one thing. Make sure you're doing that one thing right. And as you begin to build the muscle memory up, you transition, focus on something else, and you begin to build that muscle memory up. And then you focus on something else. And over time, after probably about a couple months worth of specifically working on the little things, um, you begin to realize that your form altogether has improved drastically, and you're driving further, you're throwing farther, that kind of stuff. You're putting better. You're working on the little things, from like your grip to like what you're looking at when you're walking up the tee pad. I know you guys are getting bored of me talking about sports already, but it's an interesting concept because I think it applies really well to our life in general. A lot of times we get so caught up looking at the big things that we neglect the little things. And it takes so much more work to excel at the big things because we've lost focus of the little things. One of the things that this reminds me of from scripture is in Matthew 7. Jesus is saying, "Not everyone who says to me, 'Lord, Lord,' will enter the kingdom of heaven, but the one who does the will of the Father who is in heaven. On that day, many will say to me, 'Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name, cast out demons in your name, and do the mighty works in your name?' And then I will declare to them, 'I never knew you. Depart from me, you workers of lawlessness.'" I think what's going on here, and I mean, there's a lot of different ways in which we can reason what's going on here, but you know, it's significant that I think that they're talking about the gifts of the Spirit, but not the fruit of the Spirit. I think a lot of times we look at the gifts of the Spirit as the big picture. We need to be healing people. We need to be, casting out demons. We need to be prophesying. We need to be doing these big things. And then we think of the fruit of the Spirit as these little things: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, long suffering. And I think the important thing with our walk with God is actually the little thing. I think when we do the little thing and we focus on the little thing, like love, we focus on showing love. The greatest commandments are love the Lord your God and love your neighbor as yourself. Those are the two greatest commands. And I think a lot of times we think of them as the small things. We think about joy, purposefully having the mindset of being filled with joy day in and day out. I think we consider that a little thing. Peace, being at peace, choosing to be at peace, asking God to help us be at peace, patience. You guys get the picture. I could go through all of the fruit of the Spirit, but I think a lot of times we consider those little things. But the problem is, the thing is, if we focus on those little things, if we focus on love, focus on joy, focus on peace, patience, kindness, then the big picture things like healing people, prophesying, casting out demons, those kinds of things, the gifts of the Spirit will begin to multiply. They begin to have more power in our lives. They'll begin to go further. And so I think what's happening here in Matthew 7 is these guys were so focused on the big picture that they completely lost sight of the little things. And so today I want to encourage you guys. We've been thinking a lot about big picture stuff. We've been thinking about, the coronavirus, the impact it's had on our world. We're thinking of, all of these big picture things that possibly are affecting our lives. But I want to encourage you today to focus on the little thing: love, joy, peace. How can you love yourself better? How can you love your neighbor better today? How can you have more joy? We think of the little things with our ministry, like within our lives. Reading scripture, spending some time with God, praying. A lot of times we think of those as the little things versus the large group service, bringing people to Christ, those kind of big things within ministry. But I mean, really, those things will happen if we continue to focus on the little things. So today, again, focus on the little things. I pray that you will have a good week, and that as you focus on the little things, your week will look up, will seem less stressful, and you'll get your homework done. You'll study better. All of these things, I think, will come out of focusing and excelling at the little things. Love you guys. Praying for you guys. If you need anything from us, don't forget you can reach out at any time. We're here, and we'd love to talk to you. All right, bye.